We're in the heat of campaign season, which means our journalists are working to verify claims for politicians who want your vote. Senator Josh Hawley says he secured $100 million in funding to build new military housing in Missouri. Our political editor Mark Maxwell has been digging into federal spending and voting records to verify.
Yeah, hey Kelly. At a recent campaign stop in the St. Louis suburbs, one reporter asked Senator Hawley, hey, you're asking voters to hire you for another 6 years. Why should they? What are your top 3 accomplishments? Here's what he said.
We got new housing for our soldiers in Fort Leonard Wood.
Senator Josh Hawley's campaign repeats this claim in email blasts, social media posts, and campaign materials.
In Missouri, it's a pressing issue.
Hawley points to letters he's written to the Pentagon or Senate committee hearings where he's questioned military brass about aging housing at Fort Leonard Wood.
I'm not aware that the Army's allocated any funds toward replacing housing at Fort Leonard Wood. Zero.
But did Hawley secure $100 million for the construction of those homes? Our sources? The voting records and video archives of the U.S. Senate, and press releases from Missouri Senator Eric Schmitt. Last December, he promoted his vote for the National Defense Authorization Act because, among other things, it funded $50 million for housing at Fort Leonard Wood. But on that bill and 3 others providing military funding in recent years, Hawley voted no. Former Republican Senator Jack Danforth helped Hawley get elected in 2018 and now says he regrets it.
Hawley not only voted against the Defense Authorization Act, he filibustered it. He felt so strongly against the various components of it: military pay raise, rebuilding the Navy, rebuilding the artillery, rebuilding the whole defense structure, that he filibustered it. Filibustered. Now, you can vote against it, okay, if you think we don't want to do that much for defense. But filibuster it, no.
He voted against the appropriation, but
Yeah.
because he penned a couple of angry letters to the Army saying, speed up, go ahead and spend the money I voted against.
No.
Does he get credit for that?
No.
At that campaign stop, I reminded Hawley how he voted.
You just took credit for the military housing. Didn't you vote against the funding for that?
No. I negotiated all new military housing for Fort Leonard Wood. It's $100 million, I think.
We can verify that is false.
The key is in that negotiated part. We have all the letters back and forth between Hawley and the Pentagon up on KSDK.com right now, where his staff argues he pressured them to make some internal budget moves to free up roughly half of that money. But look, also important context, he repeatedly pinned blame on the Biden administration for failing to prioritize military housing, but it was 2019 and 2020 when former President Trump defunded construction projects at military bases across the country to build a border wall instead.